Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to ECW December to Dismember. My name is Xavier Chalfin, the MFG, and I'm here with Devin Smith.
Yes, sir. Ready to represent Evolution Dash Wade himself here, the GM. Ready to finish the rivalry in an underground match. This could be one of three.
And of course, who will enter 2026 as the top general manager? This feud has been going on for long enough, and it ends here tonight, 4 days away from Christmas. As here comes Evolution's Dash Wade. It is 3 stages of hell, and the first stage is an underground match.
We've seen it from all of these, from both of these men this year, all year. Started off the beginning and went into the Church of Hell, and then the Xavier the Savior came back in the Hell of the Cell, and well, now here we are.
It's been a wild roller coaster of events as Dash Wade has finally gotten his friend back, essentially, but has one more match in him here tonight after tying the Iron Man match at Brand Warfare.
And the Savior himself coming back, hopefully to save Christmas, as we will have a big bash on Christmas Day.
That's right, Christmas Chaos 2 on Christmas Day, as Jack Skellington defends his Merry Christmas Championship that he won last year. But here comes the birth of it's the birth of the Savior in 4 days, and here is the Savior draped in white here tonight.
And it does not matter who wins the big Christmas bash if this man does not win the 3 stages of hell. Coming victorious is the Savior.
Exactly, Xavier the Savior. He's got something to prove here tonight. Trying to beat his best friend inside the squared circle. He thinks that the ego is pretty much the main part of this rivalry. Of course, both men can't coexist when it comes to ECW, it seems like.
And as I mentioned earlier, as I had butchered earlier, so much history between these two. And we will kick it off right now. No countouts, no pinfalls. The only way to exit the ring will be if you are conscious.
The following contest is an underground match. The only ways to win are by knockout or submission. Introducing first, from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 235 pounds, Dashing S. Wade. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 235 pounds, the World Champion, the Savior X.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Underground match, stipulation number 1. Kicking us off, big enziguri by Dash Wade. Of course, the man who made the underground matchup famous for what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Swade should be very comfortable where he is at. He is very familiar as one of his men. And New Evolution is the underground champion, and Isaac Swagger going to defend his belt later tonight.
That's right, underground championship against Charlie Dempsey as Xavier gets thrown over. Hopefully there's no injuries here tonight between these two or the fans.
An underground match, not known just for having known the ropes. However, there are spectators that will watch along ringside all throughout the match, and well, there are obstacles in the way, so they better get out quick.
Of course, have to sign a liability to be a part of this ringside tourist attraction. And Dash Wade finally gave his answer a couple of weeks ago on what his first stipulation was going to be. Xavier giving him the benefit of the doubt here tonight.
And we've seen this in the rivalry so many times before. Dash Wade not taking the match very seriously. Many times before, taunting the crowd.
Kendo stick shot right to the midsection. Xavier giving Dash Wade the first fall here tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the ropes back up. It is time for match number 2 here in this 3 stages of hell. It is a submission match after Xavier the Savior selfishly decided to end the matchup in the underground.
And a little of that previously mentioned history boiled over between these two, and Xavier the Savior costed himself the match, possibly the rivalry.
So now Xavier the Savior down 1-0, but Dash Wade definitely feeling those kendo stick shots to the midsection and back area. Of course, previously injured after that Hell in a Cell match that they had, a Halloween Hell.
Yeah, and as I had mentioned before, the big shot on Dash Wade's ribs, he had his attention faced toward the crowd. A big mistake, as we had seen so many times before in this rivalry.
Of course, Xavier the Savior not taking too kind right now as Dash Wade send him outside the ring. It is, of course, a submission match. No pinfalls, no countouts, no disqualifications. The only way to win is to make your opponent tap out.
Dash Wade had the advantage in the underground match, last match, as that was the specific fight that he created. However, in this match, you could say that Xavier the Savior has the advantage as he has more in-ring experience.
Looking for the Hell's Gate here tonight is Xavier. As Dash Wade taking it to the Savior right now. Big neck breaker.
Wade going to take this match very seriously, very strategic, as we saw a big mistake last match, not just from the Savior, but from Swade as well, taking his attention away, maybe not taking his opponent very seriously.
Stomping out the heart of Dash Wade. Xavier the Savior trying to put him away. Big spine buster. Trying to wrench down on the legs of Dash Wade before putting on a submission.
Yeah, and if you're the Savior, you really need to focus in this match. This rivalry has been very lopsided, very one way from the attacking side on Swade's side, but then somehow the Savior pulls out a win every single time. Maybe you should switch up your tactics.
Of course, a couple weeks ago, Xavier was looking for an answer from Dash Wade as to what the first stipulation would be here tonight. He didn't get that answer right away. Dash Wade attacked him on Unstoppable.
Swade known for his gimmick, Swade known for his attitude. No stranger to calling in his friends to fight his battles for him.
Of course, Xavier, if he wins this next matchup, it will all come down to last man standing. And again, another chop block by Dash Wade.
Swade maybe with the no-sell there and the big finishing move.
Looking for a big knee. Both men know each other so well. And another spine buster.
Swade once again back on the ground, crawling over to the corner of the ropes. Needs a little hope.
Xavier waiting for his time to strike. Sets him up. Face first into the turnbuckle.
You know, and if you're the Savior, maybe that was a smart move, giving up the first match that quick, in which you have much more stamina to compete in this match.
Big splash reversed by Swade, who throws Xavier over the top rope, maybe looking to get some momentum and some stamina back on his side.
Swade up top, stranger to the air, and do we see it there? Big failed attempt. Auto.
Big powerbomb using the ropes on his way down. As Xavier again trying to take up the legs of Swade. And our first submission here. As Xavier wrenching on the neck of Dash Wade, trying not to give up. And Swade gets out of it.
Look at that body of Dash Wade, bruised previously by those kendo sticks in the match before, and we are really starting to see the wear and tear on his body.
Back first onto the apron, the hardest part of the ring. And Dash Wade taking his time now.
Swade may have also forgotten how to win the match as well, so we have not seen a submission attempt from him yet.
Oh, Dash Wade, Xavier missing. Does not miss the right hand there. Now to the back of Dash Wade, trying to take him down to the canvas.
Once again, we see too much ego, too much pride from Swade. And he is caught up. The Savior in the corner, possibly looking to end it all. Maybe the beginning of the end.
Xavier setting him up. Pedigree, the down to hell. And now Xavier, what's he thinking here? Rope break.
And that could have been it for Dash Suede. He was down and out, saved by the referee.
Goes right into the turnbuckle.
And a discombobulated Suede, not knowing where to go.
What is this? Roll through. Pele. Beautiful maneuver there by Xavier the Savior.
If you're Dash Suede, you just want to cling to those ropes as that is all you have left in you.
Look at the back of Dash Suede, gruesome as hell. Here in our opening contest, even the front of Dash Suede. It looks like a cat got to him.
Yeah, the demon might have came right back out of the Savior, scratching Dash Suede all the way up.
Again, that chop block to the knee. Something that Suede has been notorious to do to the Savior.
Suede going to take his time, starting to get melodical again. Back into the ring, both of these men.
Big knee. Crashing Xavier the Savior. Or Dash Suede down, by Xavier the Savior. Xavier, Lion Tamer. The Code Breaker. And Xavier picks up the submission victory. We are now tied one apiece.
And the walls of Jericho is all they needed to bring him down.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Last Man Standing. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our final matchup here in the 3 stages of hell. It is Last Man Standing. Anything goes. You just have to incapacitate your opponent to the count of 10.
For Suede, you were very discombobulated here, not knowing what's going on. Xavier the Savior lost the first match in a DQ situation, so he really did not get a time to shine.
Xavier making sure that he stays down. Of course, 1-1. Dash Suede is gassed after the Walls of Jericho.
Yeah, really, all he had left in him, Xavier the Savior, with a few big chops to the chest, all of Sheamus.
The very beaten down chest of Dash Suede getting taken out even worse. And Xavier not even giving the referee a chance to count.
Correct, already a bloody, beaten down Dash Suede. We saw that kendo stick across the ribs, possibly cracking a few. And Suede, the Savior, already to a 3 count.
Big elbow drop, crashing the cover as the referee is counting down. Dash Suede going to continue here on the assault.
And Suede knows that is not all the Savior has to give.
This is the last matchup between Dash Suede and Xavier the Savior. Both men looking to make it count here tonight.
Savior going into the ring. Suede may as well. The Savior goes small. Dash Suede says, I can go bigger.
Yeah, throwing the table, using it as a shield with that chair shot.
Dash Suede going to get a little strategic, trying to end it all right here in the rivalry.
Oh my God, throwing it right into his face.
He tried to go for that chop block as he had so many times before, but Xavier had a chair waiting for him again. Another tie-up.
And a zigzag right there. Both men again know each other so well. As of fighting for half the year. And there it is, that chop block to Xavier taking him down.
Suede realizes that throughout this rivalry, his willpower has not been able to get it all done. He's going to need a little bit more iron, a little bit more steel to end it. What is this? Out of the bottom of the ring, a mannequin arm.
And Xavier seeing the arm, deciding he wants to use it himself. I got to give that hand to you, Dash. It's been a long time coming.
You might have to give the career up for that bad joke.
Maybe I could win the ECW award for best joke by an announcer.
Tune in at the end of the year. We will have a fantastic show for you involving the awards. Please vote on Instagram.
Of course, Dashway and Xavier the Savior having half the vote, or half the votes there, as they have Match of the Year, Hardcore Moment of the Year nominees.
And it has been a hell of a year for reasons like this. So close to the table. Could have been it.
Hey, wait a minute. Blackout Xavier using all of his tricks here.
No, the Demon back once again.
Big backbreaker to Dashway. Now going up top. Setting up shot. Look out. Big splash.
And Sway with a no-sell. And once again, these men getting tied up.
Oh, wait a minute. Xavier catches him. Xavier down to hell. Both men gassed. Both men getting up, count of 3. Xavier again with a spine buster.
Once again, Sway able to keep up and get that table out of the Savior's possession.
Nice finish there by Dash, adding insult to injury here.
The Savior back again, once again on his feet.
Big German suplex. Sending Dash Wade halfway across the ring until Xavier's been working out for this matchup. Again, another high-flying move, trying to get out of his comfort zone.
Starting to really get familiar with those ropes.
Xavier in some trouble here as Dash Wade trying to put the nail in the coffin of this rivalry.
Xavier able to kick out.
But another chop block defending. Xavier cannot hit an oomph of momentum, but Dash Wade is down and out too.
And the final level of hell, these men have to be absolutely exhausted. The Savior, the last one, able to get up onto his feet.
Big power bomb. Again, Xavier eyeing that table.
So able to get back up. Fighting back. Little reversal.
Reversal after reversal. Trying to throw Dash Wade into the table.
And the Savior caught up. This could be the end.
Dash Wade. Suplex through the table goes the Savior.
Are you not entertained?
And the devil just arose, getting right back up.
What a scary sight to see if you are Dash Wade throwing your all toward the Savior. And just like that, once again, he is back on his feet.
Swade got another table.
And that has been the theme of this rivalry here from the Savior. Able to fight back through everything that Swade has thrown at him.
Oh, Xavier turning the tides here. Chop block of his own.
The referee had a lot to handle here tonight between these two men and the final stage of hell.
Dash Wade back into the ring. Looking for a weapon of his choice. He got a barbed wire bat. And right to the back, just lavishing the back of Dash Wade, making him bleed.
Able to roll out of it, and that signature trip up of the feet of the Savior. Wade's got a little something.
Looking for a trick up his sleeve, even though he's not wearing any. Looking for that table, and again, a chop block of his own by Xavier the Savior. Oh no. Going Xavier into the table. Dash Wade feeling confident here. Drop kick through the table. The second one for Xavier, and he gets right back up.
And once again, how much more could you have left?
No sell on the table. Pedigree once again.
And Swade stunned. This could be the end.
Count of 5. Oh, and Xavier in the nick of time.
Just playing with his food. Xavier, the Savior, knows he has this rivalry written in the history books.
Oh, wait a minute. Catches him. Another chop block, this time to the outside of the leg. And that's actually very smart by Dashley. You can't get up if your legs are in half.
And a final attempt here. A little more momentum for Suede. And a big miss. Not going to go down that easy as Suede, though. Once again, tired, giving it his all. Crawling to the corner. Which one will stand up first?
Yeah, both men crawling for trying to get some air.
And once again, Suede with the reversal.
Oh, pop up. Styles clash.
Out of nowhere.
That's got to be the end.
Across the ring. Does he have it all in him? Is he going to go for it? A 5 count. Stunned. For the show. And he's short.
And Dash Wade picks up the victory. Styles clash to finish it all.
That is it. That is going to right the rivalry. So we thought. Suede has a little bit more left in his tank for the Savior.
Trying to embarrass Xavier the Savior here tonight. Big frog splash.
What he thought he had missed before. He has for him once again. And another.
Oh, again looking for the Styles clash. This time on the outside. Trying to end Xavier the Savior for good. But we might not see Xavier the Savior again until 2026.
We saw what happened when Suede thought he ended the demon.
And now it's time for our next contest. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 6-man tag here for Unstoppable. And coming down to the ring first, for the first time seeing their entrance, it is Hardcore Evolution.
And what an electric way to end the year with these three together. So much star
The following contest is a 6-man.
Of course, Hardcore Evolution, the 3 masked men that have been terrorizing Unstoppable's locker room, taking out the likes of Obafemi, Dragon Lee, Adrian the Destroyer, the list goes on. And they are here tonight to try and take out the television champion and his buddies here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty, I'm not going to lay my suspicions down who these 3 men are, but, well, I have my suspicions.
I mean, I'm sure the whole universe does. I mean, we still see the gold medal on this guy. It's clearly not Isaac Swagger. But yet, keeping their identities sacred, and that's exactly what this matchup is here tonight. If they lose, they must unmask at the next Unstoppable episode.
Keeping your identity sealed like this is activity of criminals, and that is what these 3 men are, in my opinion. Superstar criminals known amongst the Unstoppable universe with a big target on their back.
Yeah, trying to steal gold, trying to take out the whole roster, all while remaining anonymous. And their opponents here tonight. Of course, we saw Dragon Lee, the television champion. He's been the main man of this story,
And their opponents,
as they have an eye on the television championship first. Of course, a man who's been attacked by these masked men. Was coming together for the Unstoppable universe, trying to link them together to take out these guys before it gets any more brutal.
That Dragon Lee coming over from the Evolution side on ECW unfortunately has been drawn the short end of the stick his whole career over at Evolution. However, finding success finally on Unstoppable, and man, has he shined.
Yes, of course, but with great success comes great responsibility. Everybody has a target on his back, including these people that we don't really know anything about.
The biggest target on your back, matter of fact.
And his tag team partners, first, The Nigerian ruler is here, ladies and gentlemen. A former rival of Dragon Lee. And somehow Lee was able to convince him to be a part of this match here tonight.
Two great superstars coming together for one common goal here, and this man has so much aura. Like you said, the Nigerian king, you should say.
Oba Femi looking for his television title back, but it's basically a 3-on-1 for the television title, so Oba Femi's got to be a partner in Dragon Lee. Of course, these two were in tag team action last night against two of the members of Hardcore Evolution and was unsuccessful in winning due to it being a 3-on-2 pretty much the whole night.
Yeah, no matter what side of history you're on, it is good to gain chemistry together. And that is what these two have, is a bunch of history.
Yeah, and even though they were unsuccessful last night, they still looked really good against the 3v2 odds. And now they have a third member here tonight, which we will finally be able to reveal.
Well, when you're Oba Femi, you're pretty much 1.5, maybe even 2 people. Look how massive this man is in the ring, taking up pretty much all the ring.
And there's a reason why he's part of Nothing But Meat. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the mystery partner for Dragon Lee and Oba Femi to take on Hardcore Evolution. And I can't quite identify the theme song. I'm pretty sure we've heard it before.
All red Titron.
Remaining anonymous just like Hardcore Evolution. It is none other than the young OG Myron Reed making his return once again before Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Dragon Lee says, you got tricks, I've got treats. You've got tricks, I've got them too. Let's bring back the young OG himself.
Of course, we've seen him a couple times. He was inside that battle royal to determine a new #1 contender for a championship. Of course, the Sandman won. We'll see him later on tonight. And the last time we saw Myron Reed, he was Seth Rollins' mystery opponent. And now he's a mystery partner here tonight.
Yeah, tends to show up in the brightest of moments, show up when needed. That's what this man does.
I mean, he is a generational superstar, of course. Got to use him lightly more often than not as he tries to become a full-time ECW superstar here for Unstoppable. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 6-man tag between Hardcore Evolution, Dragon Lee, Oba Femi, and Myron Reed.
And what a team that Dragon Lee has really put together to defend his gold.
Yes, it is Avengers Endgame here tonight. If Dragon Lee wins, he will unmask these 3 behemoths, these 3 thieves of Unstoppable. But if he loses, one of these 3 men will get a television title shot at New Year's Smash.
Yeah, and if you are any of these masked men right here, you just want to keep Oba Femi out of the equation for as long as you can.
And even Myron Reed, they don't know what Myron Reed is all about. They've only seen a handful of matches between each other. And between the young OG. It's double teamed here. Here comes another member. We'll call him member number 2 here tonight.
Yeah, remember, attached to gold himself, so we shall see.
As Dragon Lee in not a very good spot here in the corner, getting choked out by one of the masked men.
And the champion down on his back. Maybe a little momentum from the Thieves. Once again, using that chemistry. Thief number 3 has yet to be tagged in, though, saving that for last.
Big back body drop. Hardcore Evolution has a job here. And that is to keep Dragon Lee in their corner.
If you are Hardcore Evolution, what is your focus other than Oba Femi going to be on here tonight?
Dragon Lee trying to roll out, but instantly getting caught into a double axe handle. And this time finally getting the tag.
And right on cue, the massive Obafemi comes in the match, and immediately a clothesline from the equally massive Hardcore Evolution.
Obafemi. Big choke slam.
And that is the passion that Obafemi brings to a match. Can flip it in just a switch.
Exactly. Obafemi instantly turning on the light that Dragon Lee, Myron Reed, and him need.
And caught up in the corner right here. Thief number 3 getting a little rage behind him.
Alley-oop to the Nigerian ruler. Oh no, again, it's that DDT that we've been seeing. Take out numerous superstars, this time Obafemi.
And Femi already stunned down on his back.
Massive elbow drop, continuing the punishment.
Hardcore Evolution looking great here tonight. Clearly has been together, as we will see the first of, well, the crossed unknown man. The crossed unknown individual. A man with serious swagger.
Roll up here.
And I kick out.
Trying to dodge the massive hands of Obafemi, big knee. And a jumping one this time. Obafemi reversing. Picking up Masked Man number 1. Uh-oh, the F10. Spin him like a helicopter propeller.
Just shoving him across the ring. Throwing him like a rag doll.
Yeah, insult for injury. Pop up by the Masked Man. Here comes Myron Reed, the young OG, in a big clothesline, not letting any momentum escape.
For the first time in a long time, we will see Myron Reed back here on ECW.
Another double team here. Again, sending him off the ropes. Another back body drop. No, a shoulder tackle instead.
A la John Cena. Hardcore Evolution has looked fantastic here tonight.
Myron Reed going to the wrong corner, playing with his food, and a big clothesline can make it play.
And maybe showing a little bit of ring rust right there, trying to show off. Tossed into the ropes is Myron Reed looking for a suplex. That Thug reversal. And the Thug able to get back on offense.
Yeah, not letting Myron Reed have any room for error here tonight, just like both Dragon Lee and Obafemi.
Yeah, Hardcore Evolution not giving anything up. No momentum on the side of the champion.
Myron Reed looking for a tag. Here comes the champion, speaking of. And a big Hurricane Rana.
And right on cue once again. The team of Dragon Lee. A little bit of comeback.
Dragon, big drop kick right to the ear of the Masked Man. Luckily, he's got a hood on.
And the first minute's in for Dragon Lee.
Only a 1. They've had barely any offense here tonight.
And a big reversal from the Masked Man.
What is this? Running power slam. Maybe getting close to all she wrote. Dragon Lee with a little bit of fight left. Drop down. Leapfrog.
What athleticism from the champion.
Beautiful maneuver by Lee.
Showing you why he is the champion, the king of the sky, the king of the ring. And Obafemi mixing it up a little bit, maybe getting caught up with his opponent. A little bit of mix of chemistry.
Accidentally hitting Dragon Lee. A big meaty hand.
And able to give Hardcore Evolution time to recover. A big mistake from Obafemi.
Might have just made him pay. Big DDT. Taking out Obafemi. Big leg drop.
Myron Reed watching from above. Looking to get a tag in. And Dragon Lee caught up with a big clothesline.
Oh, looking for a big knee instead. Dragon Lee reversing. Big drop kick, trying to keep this matchup alive for his team.
And the champion not going to go down that easy, but Hardcore Evolution almost had it there.
It's very close. The Hardcore Evolution one step closer to that the television title shot. As here comes another double team. This time off the side ropes and a big body splash.
I don't know how much more Dragon Lee can take. Really needed the help from his teammates right here. As Myron Reed is taken out. Obafemi is able to reverse the attempt from the Thug to be shoved off the side of the apron.
Yeah, does not try that again. I wouldn't either. As the champion, battered and bruised, trying to get this matchup won for his team. Oh no. Oh, big Uranagi. Oh, kip up though. Dragon Lee. Looking for the end.
And a big breakup from Hardcore Evolution.
And there's the numbers and the chemistry for Hardcore Evolution. Able to break up the pinfall, realizing his man was in jeopardy. Big lariat there.
Right on cue. Classic heel, not able to fight his own battles. Iron Reed back in the match.
Frankensteiner has Myron Reed with the comeback here.
This could be the beginning of the end for Hardcore Evolution. A little bit of momentum from Dragon Lee and Myron Reed.
Springboard uppercut. Myron Reed going into the corner. He's not afraid of Hardcore Evolution. Or maybe it's because he's never been attacked by these thugs.
And a big mistake. Showing off a little bit too much. Biting off a little more than he could chew. Dragon Lee, Obafemi, down and out. This could be the beginning of the end.
And here comes Myron Reed, scoop slam. We almost just saw our first hot tag for Hardcore Evolution. That's how dominant they have been, but they still have not been able to get any momentum, or enough momentum to get the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that is right. An awfully good fight from the team of the champion.
Just clothesline. Setting up Myron. Looking for the dirty deeds, the DDT.
And this could be it. We'll see if anybody else gets involved. Obafemi, out of nowhere.
Waiting for his own discus clothesline. Instead, going to turn his attention back to Myron Reed.
And another for good measure on the Unstoppable logo.
Another paradigm shift. Taking out Dragon Lee.
Once again, the champion down and out. Obafemi looks on. And he's taken out as well. This could be it.
Cover. 1, 2, and Hardcore no.
2.9.
Young OG bracing himself. Big belly does back suplex, and Myron somehow getting back up.
And able to slip out from underneath his feet right there as he is battered, beaten, and bruised.
The heart of a lion does Myron Reed, who throws him into the corner. Tag to Dragon Lee. And looking for their own double team maneuver, a big back body drop.
Realize they can't do it by themselves, they need to do it together.
I think that's been the message all along. The games, the advantages between Hardcore Evolution and their prey. And Dragon Lee and Myron Reed figuring it out here. And Dragon Lee trying to take out both other members.
Allowing time for Hardcore Evolution to recover.
Big DDT. Big lariat. Big combo there.
This could be all she wrote for Dragon Lee. I don't know how much fight he has left in him.
Yeah, Lee has been through the most, but as the captain of the team, it makes sense. Submission maneuver, sleeper hold here. And a breakup by Myron Reed.
And the chemistry of Dragon Lee's team looking fantastic here, able to get involved every minute that's needed.
A nice hot tag needed for Hardcore Evolution. He was starting to stir, but it might not be enough. Dragon Lee finding his footing here.
Needing to get out of the match, realizing he doesn't have much fight left in his tank. Able to tag in, be big and strong. Obafemi.
Nice knee there to Obafemi. Send him into the corner. Another one. And now scuffing the face of Obafemi. Off the ropes, big boot.
And showing off to the crowd a little bit there. A true heel move from Hardcore Evolution. What scums?
What's he thinking here? Going up top. Double stomp connects on Obafemi.
And close to a coup de grace, could be the end.
Oh, Obafemi, big forearm, and a big clothesline trying to come back.
Maybe a lot of fight left in him still.
What is this? Oh, big forearms, crashing Obafemi, making him shake, but fighting back does Oba. Pinfall. And a reversal into his own pin, and here comes Dragon Lee.
And once again, the teammate of the champion getting involved and running into a brick wall, one of those thugs. Fighting back, Obafemi.
Obafemi. Pop-up powerbomb. Is that enough?
And Hardcore Evolution once again able to get involved.
Hardcore Evolution. This is the first time I think officially that they've looked down and out. Even though they broke it up, still able to survive.
And reverses that super kick, one of the thugs. Could have been the end there. Just by inches.
Yeah, quickly making the hot tag, and here comes Myron Reed fighting back. Big elbow drop. Does the tide shift here for Team Dragon Lee?
Myron Reed down his stomach. The young OG could be down and out.
What is this? Oh, knees right to the kidneys of Myron Reed. How much longer can Team Dragon Lee go on with these three masked men? Big boot.
Just when you want to count one team out, the other comes fighting right back.
And we've still got plenty more action, but these two giving it all they've got.
Caught up in the corner, Myron Reed in the hands of a DDT.
Again, a big planting DDT to Myron Reed. Might be enough, and no. Again, kicking out.
So close once again, 2.5. And one of those thugs once again runs into a brick wall.
Chop block, distracting his team.
All a dash sway, but Obafemi now slipping up off the apron. He is stunned. Myron Reed, ACL, hurt.
Oh, Myron catches him though. Big maneuver there, Myron Reed. Is that enough?
And once again, someone get these thugs under control.
What a matchup this has been. Myron Reed taking him in the corner. Here comes Obafemi trying to get some comeuppance.
We've seen that once again from Obafemi. That could have cost him the match earlier. Slipping up from Dragon Lee pays off this time. And maybe not. A reversal from Hardcore Evolution. And another from the young OG with the big boot.
Big boot of his own. The masked man was trying for his own. Got reversed into one. And here comes Dragon Lee.
Pure chaos.
Dragon Lee thought he hit the boot there. Did not.
And the pure champion looks like the underdog here tonight.
Sending him in the corner. Big clothesline. Oh no, looking for the end of it all. Perhaps. It's been so hard to tell. Death Valley Driver.
And once again, Obafemi and Myron Reed standing along, having something to say. Time and time again here tonight. If Hardcore Evolution is going to win this match, they have to take these two out first.
And that is what he is doing. Destroying both Obafemi and Myron Reed.
Dragon Lee back on his feet. Maybe a little tension taken away from him.
Trying to quickly look for a pinfall before these two behemoths can get back into the ring. They cannot put the matchup away.
The ref has no control of this match. Absolute chaos.
Another double team here. Dragon Lee looks worse for wear, but still staying up in this matchup.
And once again, Hardcore Evolution needs to turn their focus on the young OG and Obafemi.
Taking out both members of Dragon Lee's team. Paradigm shift one more time. Is that enough to take out Lee and get a television title shot? And yes, it is.
Not one, not two, but 3 pin attempts on the champion will do it for Hardcore Evolution. What an effort.
And that means at New Year's Smash, it will be one of these three men that get a television title shot, and we still won't know who they are. As it's time for our next contest.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Underground Championship.
It is time for our first championship match here at December to Dismember. It is for the Underground Championship.
And this match has been a brewing for a couple of weeks. You could say all season. Charlie Dempsey has been atop of the Underground division all year, just under the champion and Isaac Swagger. No one has been able to get over the hump and the Olympic champion. Will Charlie Dempsey be the first?
Yes, the first challenger's New Year's resolution here tonight is Charlie Dempsey looking to walk away as Underground champion to start off 2026, and he won in a number one contenders match to get here tonight.
Yeah, that is correct. As I had mentioned, this rivalry started way earlier back in week 1 when Charlie Dempsey and Pete Dunne fought each other. Isaac Swagger thought he could just step into that rivalry, and well, the rivalry between Pete Dunne and Charlie Dempsey was finished last week, and look where Charlie Dempsey is now.
We saw a Underground match earlier on tonight between Xavier the Savior and Dash Swade. Of course, Xavier, unfamiliar with the rules, ended up getting himself disqualified, or maybe it was just a tactic, but in the end ended up losing the 3 stages of hell.
Yeah, strategic or not, the match ended prematurely. Unfortunately, we did not get to see anyone go unconscious, but you can guarantee it right now for gold. Both of these men know the rules. They've studied them. They've been here before. Someone's going unconscious.
I think these two definitely took some notes backstage of what not to do in the Underground match. But of course, Isaac Swagger does not need any notes, as he is undefeated in Underground rules.
Yeah, has wins over men like Charlie Dempsey already and Dark Phantom.
And there it is, the Covenant Underground champion here tonight, being defended as the first championship here at December to Dismember.
Introducing the challenger from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 200 pounds, Charlie Dempsey.
Charlie Dempsey looking pretty
And his
confident.
opponent from Indiana,
Showing no
weighing in
emotions
at
here.
249 pounds, the Underground champion, the All-American Isaac.
Swagger, of course, right where he wants to be, in his comfort zone in the match that was made for him in the Underground tournament.
And this is the one time I'm going to say it here tonight. Will Christmas come early for Charlie Dempsey?
He has looked fantastic all year. If anyone is going to rip the gold from the champion, it will be Charlie Dempsey.
And of course, a reiteration of the Underground rules: no countouts, no pinfalls. There is disqualifications, but the only way to win is by submission or submission or knockout.
We've seen it time and time again, breaking their opponents apart limb by limb from Isaac Swagger. If you're going to defeat Charlie Dempsey, well, you're going to have to do a lot more than break apart his limbs.
And immediately going for submission is Charlie Dempsey, trying to set the tone for Isaac Swagger here tonight.
And Swagger was almost down and out in his last match against Shinsuke Nakamura, but then out of nowhere we saw that signature ankle kick, securing him another spot.
I say Isaac Swagger hit another submission here, showing Dempsey, I can do anything you can do, or better.
And the Olympic gold medalist for a reason. A few chops across the chest for Dempsey.
Nice arm drag there.
Caught up in the corner. Charlie Dempsey.
Butterfly suplex. Butterfly suplex. I've had one too many candy canes here tonight.
Bit of a tongue twister. Everybody's too excited on this December.
Charlie Dempsey, couple of elbows, trying to keep the champion grounded.
All of a fight already here in this underground match. We have seen a lot of one-sided matches from Swagger. Not a lot of fight from his opponents.
Of course, I think the closest one was Shinsuke Nakamura as Isaac Swagger takes a tumble to the outside.
Maybe coming to the end of his reign here as ruler. No, reversal from Swagger.
Yeah, pop-up Insagiri fighting on the outside. For anything, it can be used as a weapon besides an actual weapon, as we found out earlier on tonight.
Both of these men going at each other as Swagger uses one of those patented weapons, as the Saber just mentioned.
Yeah, Garbo right to the throat of Charlie Dempsey. Does not feel good.
And you have to throw everything at your opponent if you want to win this championship match.
Big knee. Busting open Isaac Swagger early.
Not good if you're the champion. Losing blood from your head is a quick way to go back.
Belly to back suplex, and luckily did not knock out Isaac Swagger, as he would be down and out without the championship.
Such a fast pace in this championship match.
Nice roll through by Dempsey, who gets out of the submission again. Several forearms here. And picking the ankle of Isaac Swagger, trying to out-wrestle the All-American.
And Dempsey's looked great this year. That's what he's been known for, is picking apart his opponent, using the moves that were once used on him.
Dempsey, a big club to the back, maybe looking for another submission here. Look at the face of Isaac Swagger.
A bloodied up champion.
Throwing Dempsey, trying to throw him into the steel steps. He catches his footing.
And the champion is absolutely fired up. Not going to go out easy here.
Looking for that ankle pick. Dempsey able to reverse it. And Dempsey might have been looking for his own finish.
Back and forth here from both of these men. They both want gold. Gonna remember this December.
And I was trying to say, I don't think that these two are going to go back into the ring as Kidney first sends Charlie Dempsey into the barricade.
If we already didn't have the candidates, I'd say already this is match of the year. Hell of a match from these two.
A little late for the ECW 2025 awards. Maybe could be 2026.
A big spin up, we've seen that before. From Swagger, a little move set out of Dempsey.
I think all three matches here tonight have been match of the year candidates, if I do say so myself.
Oh, absolutely. Here toward the end of the year, you can really see the storyline start to boil up to a head.
And Isaac Swagger was trying to get out of that suplex there with his leg, getting caught up with Dempsey's. But Dempsey, having his way, dragging suplex, still does not knock out the champion.
Swagger caught up in that full Nelson. Really needs to get some momentum back on his side, thrown to the crowd. A fat joke.
I wonder how much he pays to get in a part of these underground
Hey, I
matches.
swear, almost every match he is here, especially when the championship is on the line.
Dempsey now going for his own submission, dragging, sleeper, wrenching it very deeply. And the champion is in very big trouble.
This might be it for Swagger. He's able to reverse it.
Oh, beautiful maneuver by Isaac Swagger.
The Olympian back on his feet. Little blood on his face ain't gonna do it for you.
Oh, but the post might do it. Looks like he got shot right between the eyes. Old Yeller style, but he's still kicking it.
I haven't seen that look on the face in Swagger yet this year. Absolute torment on the face of the champion.
We thought Shinsuke was bad, but Isaac Swagger might have some new competition, but dodges the cutter.
And a big mistake from Dempsey. Throws himself off of the apron.
Isaac Swagger seems to be so relentless. Surprises us time and time again. German Suplex City.
And a third for good measure.
But Dempsey is still not giving up, just like Swagger. Salt of the Earth submission.
So much power behind the champion. This is what he will do to you. Like I said, pick you apart. But Dempsey, once again, able to fight back.
I don't think I've seen the fans sit down one time, and I don't blame them.
And how could you? Like I said, this should be match of the year. And the champion back on his feet.
Uh-oh. Isaac Swagger. Thinks setting up for that ankle pick. Yes, he does. That's tapped out so many superstars.
I was just about to say, how many times have we seen this?
Dempsey crawling. Dempsey. Did he let it go?
He did. Swagger showing mercy. Maybe a mistake in the end. We'll see where he's going with that.
Might be trying to snap the whole damn leg of Dempsey.
I had to get a bit of a better angle there. Knew it wasn't going to end like that. Dempsey once again back on his feet.
Reversal by Dempsey. Dempsey looking for that submission, that chicken wing choke.
Swagger out of nowhere, caught up in a choke.
Did he tap? No, he let go. Both men letting their covenant submissions go.
Yeah, and I swear I saw Swagger go limp there for a second, but I think the referee missed it.
Yeah, no, I could have sworn he tapped out. But that is not like Isaac Swagger.
Blood all over the arena here tonight from the face of Isaac Swagger. This could be the end. Charlie Dempsey and New, if he gets...
Dragon suplex, is that enough?
Yes, it is! New champion for the first time in underground history. Charlie Dempsey takes the reins.
What a freaking matchup, Charlie Dempsey. Bringing out all the stops for Isaac Swagger. And who is the new champion.
Bill, we're so excited. I mean, I'm with you, Xavier. I'm getting caught up on my words. I don't know what else to say either. For the first time ever on ECW, we have a new underground champion.
And the boyhood dream has done it. Congratulations, Charlie Dempsey, as it is time for our next contest. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Christmas has come early, as we have all these treats surrounding the ring here tonight.
And what most do you want for Christmas? What more could you ask than for cash itself?
Yeah, that's right. Cash Wheeler coming down the ring first, representing FTR, looking to regain the tag team titles and end this rivalry for good.
Representing Evolution once again, here is FTR. We've seen him week after week there on ECW torment the tag team division with power and glory. And once again, they are caught up with Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
And last night, they lost in a tables match. Hardwood did to Tama Tonga and God. But it was a very big, heartfelt victory. A battle for the ages on Unstoppable. And now it's the interim ground between these two here tonight inside December to Dismember.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a ride here for Dax and Cash all year. Been an up and down roller coaster. We'll see if they can continue their story.
And here comes the tag team champions representing Testimony X. Of course, Xavier did not finish his story in the beginning of December to Dismember. Can God finish theirs here tonight?
Testimony X also stepping over into Evolution and terrorizing the tag team division there as well. No stranger to ECW's Evolution.
But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, TLC match for the tag team titles. Can God retain? Or will FTR take it to Evolution and take it home? There is the grand prize. It is above the ring. You must grab a ladder, climb it, and retrieve it to be victorious here tonight. Here we go. FTR, God, TLC 3.
A lot of history between Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. A lot of chemistry between these brothers right here. No stranger to themselves in the ring. Will they be able to stop the revival?
One man apiece taking out the other. As Hardwood going outside the ring, maybe looking to get this matchup over with quickly.
Got his side set on the right things. Nope, and drops the ladder. as he sees his brother down on his back.
Yeah, decides against the crucifix bomb, trying to take out God himself, which he was trying to do last night in the tables match.
And this right here is where Cash and Dax struggle together. Dax is known to be the power and Cash is known to be the brains of this group, but they struggle to put them together.
Well, it might be why they come out separately. Both men can't decide even on a tag team entrance. But yet somehow are one of the most illustrious tag teams in all of history.
They are beautiful to watch here on ECW, an absolute art. For this man right here,
Big leg drop.
a 250 plus pound man off the top of the ropes, and Dax Hardwood, and he is not afraid to use those kicks.
I think that would have broke my tailbone if I tried that.
And we see it week after week here in FTR. Like I said, they may not be the most consistent in their wins, but they are the most consistent in their entertainment.
And FTR making sure that God does not have a weapon. And both men have the same idea this time. It's a ladder fest for FTR.
That is exactly what they need. It's the same ideas. They need to be on the same page. There can be no confusion for FTR.
Turn around Hardwood, or excuse me, Wheeler steel chair by Tonga Loa.
A big reversal, FTR alone in the ring. What is this? Dax taunting the crowd.
And celebrating while Wheeler tries to get the job done.
FTR looks really good here tonight. Maybe a little confident.
And now God are the one standing German suplex off the onto the ladder.
In the back of the head of Dax Hardwood has got to be busted up after that.
Just bounced off the ladder, the edge of the ladder.
Already so much destruction into this match. Look at that steel chair. It looks like aluminum.
Yeah, bent all to pieces there. As Wheeler, big suplex. Again, here comes the 2-on-1 as Hardwood is outside the ring, grabbing a table.
A little more destruction into the equation.
Reverse DDT, big cross body by Hardwood as FTR switch the gears.
FTR back on top, using a little bit of that ring chemistry. No, reversal.
Picking up Hardwood, here comes Wheeler with a steel chair. And a 2-on-1 again. Too much for Wheeler.
Ladder set up in the middle of the ring. Let us not forget the prize possession. Is right
As
there.
both men of God, well, I think they were both going to try and go for the titles. Instead, playing defense is Tama Tonga.
An extremely smart decision. And what a unfortunate series of events for FTR.
I think God just needs to go. Just needs to pick up the ladder one time as Wheeler trying to fight, trying to come back, but it's not enough. God, one time and done.
And the story of FTR all year, not able to get on the same page. So much destruction in this little amount of time.
And God retain the tag team titles and keep it are unstoppable. What a retention for God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next contest. It is Elimination Chamber. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is Elimination Chamber. It is for the Unstoppable Women's, Evolution Women's Championship.
That is correct. For the first time, we will see an Elimination Chamber match on the Evolution side of ECW, and no other than for the Women's World Championship.
Those 4 women will be locked inside pods. 2 will start off the matchup. After certain time intervals, another participant will come into the ring and is pretty much last man standing. Here tonight, if you get pinned or submitted, you are eliminated. And look who's coming out first. It is the champion, the irresistible force, Nia Jax.
And this is such a nostalgic feel to this match. I remember growing up as a kid, my favorite fight to watch every year on WWE was the Elimination Chamber. Now with that being said, the only way to defeat this woman right here and the champion, the queen herself, and Nia Jax, will be through elimination. No one has been able to beat her one-on-one in all of the women's division. She's damn near undefeatable.
And that's why she has the odds stacked against her here tonight. The irresistible force defeating everybody in her path, including Unstoppable's Athena at Brand Warfare. And so now she has 5 other competitors to take on here tonight. Who else will be joining her inside a pod to be able to spectate the matchup? It is none other than Lash Legend,
the longtime rival of Nia Jax, no other than Lash Legend, one of the only women to pick up a win against Nia Jax.
So rightfully so, she belongs inside this matchup and getting her first taste of the steel structure.
And the short stint that we saw Jax goldless without a championship, well, Lash was in her nightmare, so what a way to start this elimination chamber. And filling up the cage here, moving right along, no other than Asuka. Just this week, this last coming week, we saw a bit of a rivalry spark between Bayley. Well, in the past couple of weeks. And Asuka has been full of herself, but something in the back of her mind, a little roadblock in her way. I see that bleeding into this match.
Yeah, the Empress of Tomorrow coming down to the ring. She has been a former ECW Women's Champion before, looking to do it once again, but this time for Evolution.
And had a heck of a year here on Evolution. But like I said, she's had a few roadblocks in her way. The Kabuki Warriors have been a little trouble. Moving right along, the 4th women to enter the ring will be
Oh my
Emily
God!
Hand, making the debut on Evolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found the stolen superstar from the Brand Warfare the pay-per-view.
And if you remember just a couple of weeks ago, Lash Legend had mentioned something up her sleeve in the women's division. And well, this very likely could have been it. Maybe switch it up a little bit.
And Emily Henn, with a huge debut here tonight, could instantly win the Evolution Women's Championship. And she gets her own pod here tonight. So she will not be starting off the matchup. Which means it is down to these 2 women to kick us off. It is none other than Alexa Bliss.
And introducing the challenger from Columbus, Ohio.
And her opponent.
Shayna Baszler on a heater in the women's division. Her and Zoe Stark picking up wins against the Kabuki Warriors, and Shayna herself picking up a win against Asuka. Looked absolutely fantastic in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely an interesting factor here tonight. Shayna Baszler doesn't quite get talked about enough. The Queen of Spades behind Zoe Stark, and trying to branch out here by bringing the women's gold to her and Zoe.
And there we have it, the Women's ECW Evolution Championship on the line here tonight.
And the first Women's Elimination Chamber. Kicking us off, Shayna Baszler, Alexa Bliss, here we go with this monumental matchup.
Not too much history between these 2 women right here, both independently on their own, trying to go on their own path. But Alexa Bliss is a former Evolution champion. she held the belt for just 2 weeks after picking up a win against Bayley.
Nice kick to the midsection. Again, elimination style of Alexa Bliss eliminates Shayna Baszler here. She'll just have to wait for the next participant to come in, and vice versa. This is her attack there. Shayna Baszler stalking Alexa now. That MMA background, trying to make her pay with her kicks and her fists. And Alexa Bliss trying to get out of harm's way.
Shayna has one of the more interesting movesets here in Evolution, as we will see the first female contestant enter the chamber.
Alexa Bliss a little shocked as here comes the countdown. Who will be the next competitor inside the chamber? Lash Legend coming into the ring. Will she cement her legacy by winning the Evolution Women's Championship here inside the chamber?
And Bliss and Lash, a lot of history together, a few triple threat matches, already a roll-up. Lash Legend straight to business. And as I was saying, a lot of history between Lash and Alexa and a few triple threat matches, a championship as well, in which we saw Nia Jax retain the championship on her final stint.
Alexa breaking up what Lash Legend was going for, and now Alexa going for her own pinfall. And Shayna is smart enough to let it go as she tries to get an elimination. Russian leg sweep. Here comes the next participant in 5 seconds. Countdown going quick. Who is coming into the ring with no eliminations?
The champion herself, Nia Jax. No one been able to stop her. No one in her way.
Yeah, Nia Jax, no eliminations in this matchup, so she is coming in fresh. It also has other people coming in fresh before her or after her. So no advantage for the champion.
Lash Legend climbing up this cage.
There's no way to escape, Legend. I don't know what you're thinking here.
Bliss going up as well.
Both claiming with a suicide pact as these two hanging off the cage. What are they going to do? As Nia Jax is taking out Shayna Baszler. Snake Eyes in the corner. Here comes another participant in Nia Jax. Going for a pin, does not get it.
And a big dive from Lash Legend off the cages. We saw Alexa Bliss and Legend fight about 15 feet in the air.
And here comes the Empress of Tomorrow, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, trying to take out Nia, but instantly regretting her choices.
And this is the problem when you're facing Nia Jax. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, maybe 5 women can take her out of the place.
I actually did some research during our entrances, Devin. Asuka last year actually won a triple threat match to become the new ECW Women's Champion in this very arena.
Oh, we'd love to see it again. And like I said, Asuka has a lot of distractions behind her, so she's going to have to lock in if she needs to pick up a win. And right, it looks like the last contestant will be no other than Emily Hand, making her debut.
What a nice match. She must have got a nice contract with a bunch of guarantees. Instantly getting into the championship match, instantly becoming the last participant with no eliminations, though it's hard to say you get any kind of advantage.
Absolutely. I mean, when you come in and make a debut for the belt, you've already got an advantage. So to come in last as well in the elimination chamber, as we see a submission attempt on the champion herself.
Will she be eliminated first? No. Able to get out of the grip of Shayna Baszler.
And Shayna has, like I said earlier, one of the more interesting movesets here on Evolution. If someone's going to switch it up on Nia, it will be her.
And Lash Legend is trying to eliminate Asuka there on the outside. On the padding there. Outside the ring, and ended up getting a 1 count. Beautiful Spanish fly by Emily Hand.
Pam already making an impact on Evolution.
And again, Lash, what are you doing? Get down from there!
Throwing her body off the cage. Suicide dive.
Showing that she wants to be a champion here in ECW. Pulling out all the stops.
And some superstars just have an absolute comfortability in certain types of matches I think we may have found the match for Lash Legend.
Daredevil crashes and burns there as Asuka now trying to go up top.
And the Empress of Tomorrow says, I've got something for you as well.
Both women putting their body on the line, both women failing at it and crashing down. Luckily, it's not the old style chamber where it's just chain links.
Good attempt from Emily, kick out at 1 by Shayna.
Unfortunately, no weapons inside this matchup. The only weapon is the thing surrounding you.
And using it to her advantage is Lash Legend so far the most.
Lash Legend looking to put away Alexa Bliss there. Cover. Will we have our first elimination? And no, 2.9 and frustrated is Lash Legend. Lash, keep your head up. You got plenty of match to go. As Alexa Bliss fighting back, you see Asuka and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler and Emily Ham on the outside. Swoop slam by Alexa Bliss, who looks to go up to the middle rope. Drop down with the knees. Double punishment there with the knees covering on Lash Legend.
Lash Legend could be eliminated first. No. As we see Shayna Baszler climbing, scaling the cage as well.
You have the Queen of the Sky, who is used to these heights. Shayna shaking off. She's a little scared, I think, because she's not as used to as Emily Ham is. Oh my God! Emily Ham taking a fall.
And so much going on in this match as the champion goes into a pin attempt, kick out at 1. And kick out at 1 for the Empress of Tomorrow as well.
Asuka couldn't believe it either. She just fell 10 feet onto the back of her head.
Lash looking fantastic in this certain type of match against her longtime arch nemesis.
Roll up. Sorry, I interrupted you, Devin. Roll up there. Asuka able to kick out.
And there's so much going on in this match, it's hard to commentate. You're going to have to pick a side and focus. Emily Ham
trying to look for cover. Referee a little late there as Asuka kicks out at nil quad.
Lash looking a little shaken up.
Lash Legend was trying to hit a big move there. Nia able to dodge, but still Lash Legend. Oh, might have just broke the ring with that choke slam. Instead, Nia reversing.
And Bliss and Jax, 2 former champions.
A double team? Interesting.
We'll have to see if that leads anywhere as Alexa Bliss is in House of Black.
Alexa Bliss, beautiful kicks to the MMA. Shayna Baszler, roll up by Alexa. Oh my God, we almost had an injury.
And that close.
Sister Abigail. New champion. There will be one.
And new already. There is officially a vacant slot for the women's division here on Evolution. What a way to start the match.
Nia Jax going out first was not on my bingo card. Another Sister Abigail, this time a Lash Legend. Alexa cleaning house.
Cleaning house as well. And if you were Emily Ham, your chances just got so much higher.
Asuka might have been looking for submission, literally dodging. And 2 of the big favorites gone, 1 and 2.
And what a way, like I said, to start the Elimination Chamber.
Asuka lock on Emily in the middle of the ring.
And if you need to switch up the division, throw him in a cage and make him fight for it. Alexa Bliss throwing it all.
Oh, Emily Ham reversing into her own pinfall. And Asuka kicks out of the ring.
Listen, Baszler outside the ring. Baszler just got thrown into that glass.
We are down to the final 4. Winner will become the new Evolution Women's Champion. Asuka might have just broken up a submission maneuver as Shayna Baszler busted open at the top of her forehead.
Bliss playing it smart, sitting outside of the ring, but watching the chaos unfold as Emily Ham gets involved.
Yeah, very smart. You don't have to be pinned. You can just sit back and relax. As Emily might be looking. Oh, but Shayna catches Asuka. Might have been looking for a finisher. And Shayna trying to steal the spotlight.
Emily will save it for Shayna.
Potentially. Dirty Deeds cracks Shayna even more.
What a way to make your debut with an elimination.
And Shayna's gone.
And then there were three. Alexa Bliss once again standing in the shadows. Emily Ham getting involved. First match, debut, Evolution.
Alexa busted open too. I don't even know when that happened. And now Alexa trying to get back into the ring now that Emily Ham's out.
And the former champion.
Again with those double knees. Asuka pinfall predicament and a kick out. Here comes Emily Ham, who misses.
And a big mistake in the debut of Emily Ham, tossed outside the ropes.
Oh, Alexa wants Asuka. It's clear and known. Just throwing Asuka into the corner. All three women former champions for their respective either brand or the entirety of ECW.
Blitz back on top.
Emily Ham was trying to take out both Asuka and Alexa at the same time and got caught as here comes all three women trying to go after each other. STO by Alexa as now Emily may be trying to take a back seat here.
Looking in the shadows, Emily Ham.
Oh, what is this by Alexa? Just scratching and clawing at the face of Asuka. And a big bulldog.
This could be it for Asuka. Could be down to the final two.
Oh, big kick out of one, not even giving any hope for Alexa.
The Empress of Tomorrow not going to go out today.
Emily Ham, tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Spinning around the world. And a big shooting star, but here comes Asuka.
If you're Emily, this is right where you want to be. Bliss needs to get back on her feet.
Asuka. Oh, big elbow drop.
All the way across the ring. Looking like a long jumper. That could have been it on the Prime bottle.
And Alexa barely kicking out. Asuka's thinking, what in the world do I have to do? And maybe not take this from Emily Ham. Spiking her on her head. Does Emily have another elimination? And no, Asuka kicks out.
What a way to make your presence known on this Evolution roster early on.
Alexa trying to pick up Emily with those rights and lefts. Michinoku driver. And now Asuka trying to add insult to injury to Alexa. But here comes Emily, big bulldog. All three women looking to not quit, knowing that they become the new women's champion.
Asuka with the roll up, a pin out of nowhere. This could be it. A huge, kick out, 2.5.
I think had the referee not taken the long route, that could have definitely been a 3. Oh, Alexa DDT, Miss DDT, Emily getting the 1-2 combo. Getting the new girl out.
And what an effort for the newly acquired Emily Ham. She will be a problem on this Evolution roster. And then there were two, the former Evolution Women's Champion, and Alexa Bliss, and a woman with a lot on her mind, and a lot of Bailey on her plate, and Asuka.
And Alexa taps. Asuka has now won back-to-back years of December to Dismember.
The Empress of Tomorrow
Here is your winner.
is officially your new Evolution Women's Champion for the first time.
And if you're Nia Jax, you are pissed that you were the first eliminated here tonight. You now have Asuka in your front rear mirror. But if you're Bailey, you might be seeking another opportunity at the Women's Championship. What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Asuka as surviving the chamber.
The following is a triple threat Extreme Rules match and is for the ECW Undisputed Championship.
From one Evolution Championship to another, will we see the same result in new champion?
Yeah, and that will be the third new champion here tonight for Evolution, as we saw Charlie Dempsey pick up a win as well for the Underground title. And once again, we
Introducing
will
the
see
challenger
the Sandman enter the ring here in ECW.
Yeah, that's right. Will it be 3 for 3 and new champions for Evolution? It's not good odds for Edge here tonight. He's got a 33.3% chance with this man being one of his opponents.
And just like Nia Jax, Adam Copeland, aka Edge, has held the title all year on Evolution, other than Cody Rhodes for a couple of weeks. However, like you said, he has not seen this man or Gunther yet in the ring.
And of course, the Sandman won the Battle Royal at Brand Warfare to get this World Championship opportunity at his hands.
And another man that we just saw recently acquired here on Evolution, traded for Dragon Lee and Gunther. Gunther immediately made an impact on the scene here at Evolution. Unfortunately picked up a few losses as Evolution's roster is one of the toughest in the world. However, he finds himself right back in a championship opportunity where he belongs.
Yeah, the ring general stealing the Sandman's spotlight here tonight, adding himself to this matchup. But of course, this man has been on a tear in 2025, and rightfully so. Does he deserve to be a part of this matchup?
Yep, absolutely. Win or lose, he will be a champion.
But there is some doubt in some of the universe's mind after losing that triple threat match on Evolution against Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. And the champion, the man who's been through it all this year. Through ups and downs, he has somehow came out on top.
And been through it all does not even describe it all. But alongside him has been his longtime friend in Christian, and he will not be joining him here tonight. Edge making the walk to the ring, possibly for the final time as champion alone.
But give them credit, they are nominated for Tag Team of the Year, so
And introducing the champion from
they could be
Toronto, Ontario,
the
Canada,
Tag Team of the
weighing
Year
in at
even without
240
really even
pounds.
tagging.
And how could they not be? I mean, with or without a belt. Whenever Edge enters the arena, you know Christian was lurking nearby and vice versa.
Superstar.
Here we go, our co-main event, Evolution World Championship on the line.
For the first time in forever, we will see Edge defending his title.
Will it be the Sandman? Will it be Gunther? Or will Edge retain all three former ECW World Champions?
And once again, Evolution, an absolutely stacked roster filled of former champions as Gunther gets a little bit of offense early on.
Dropping down Edge. What it would be for Gunther. He's been on a retirement killer himself. So what it would be to take out either Edge or the Sandman.
Absolutely, it's pretty crazy to look in the ring and see that Gunther is the youthful wrestler.
Big clothesline by the Sandman. He's looking for one more championship before he retires. Edge, of course, has faced retirement before, but has came back better than ever. And Gunther, of course, as you said, surprisingly the youthful one, is the ring general.
And all three of these men are behemoths, absolutely towering over each other as Edge bringing a ladder into the equation early on. Classic ECW rules.
Big shot right to Edge, who leans onto the ropes for protection, but he's not going to get too much protection from those ropes. There's another big slap by Gunther.
And Gunther has plenty of those waiting for your chops across the chest. A big bulldog.
As Gunther escapes the ring, trying to catch his breath. Edge coming back up to take out the Sandman.
The Sandman not going to go out that easy. We've seen him on a drunken rage these last couple of weeks. Like Xavier the Savior had mentioned earlier, picking up a win in a battle royal against Gunther and Christian.
Of course, it's very interesting. You got pretty much two sides of the spectrum. You got the rated R superstar The man willing to do anything to retain his title. The Sandman who loves the weapons. And then you got Gunther, a man who doesn't like the weapons. Big spear outside the ring.
If the brains are coming from anywhere, it's that man right there, the champion. He will break down his opponents just like that this whole match. And right on cue, the Sandman with that classic kendo stick.
Yes, sir, the Singapore Cane made famous. Going for a Russian leg sweep, using it. And of course, I think Gunther's going to have to unlock the ability to use those weapons, as he might have just heard me.
And once again, right on cue. I swear we speak
Oh
into
my God,
existence.
Canadian Destroyer.
What athleticism from the old man and the champion and Edge.
And Gunther putting down the sledgehammer again. Might cost him here, as he decides not to use the weapon.
I thought too much about using it and didn't have any time to.
And using his straight big clothesline to get the advantage over Edge.
That is one thing I will say about the ring general is if one man is going to win it cleanly, well, he will have no problem. As the Sandman has something to say about that. Two things to say about that.
Yeah, ends in F, or starts with F, ends in K.
Fire truck.
Yes, fire truck. That's exactly what I was going for. Perfect. Good move by Gunther. It is a late night here in New York City, December to Dismember. We still have our main event here tonight, Elimination Chamber, the Unstoppable World Championship. Right now, it is a huge triple threat as Edge taking off the turnbuckle and throwing the sledgehammer like a lawn dart.
Tossing it around like a paperweight, but that may have costed Edge a big pin attempt. Could be it, and new.
And Gunther was coming in close to try and break it up. And Gunther lifting up the Sandman Powerbomb Symphony. Edge has to hurry up if he wants to retain his title, and the Sandman kicks out.
Just in time. Edge made a huge mistake falling out of the ring there. Has something waiting for Gunther.
Sends him in onto the canvas. Edge looking for another spear. Could be catastrophic for Gunther. Oh, instead goes for kick. Maybe he was thinking that Gunther was going to reverse it.
Nope.
And this time hits the spear on the ladder.
What brains from a champion, like I said earlier, he will pick his opponents apart. Not going to throw it at you first. We'll make you wait for it. But the Sandman, once again, has something to say about that.
Yeah, this was a one-on-one match. I guarantee that would have put Gunther away. Instead, the Sandman keeping his championship alive, opportunity alive.
And that has been the story for Edge here pretty much all year. Looks down and out. We've seen it against Cody Rhodes, and then out of nowhere, a sledgehammer, a spear to win and retain championship after championship.
As Gunther destroying Edge with the steel steps on the other side of the ring. Laying waste to the Rated R Superstar, now using the ladder. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how the champion is not busted up.
And using it like a cheese grater to Edge's face.
And Edge right back up, once again, on the barricade.
Sending him kidney back first. The Sandman. I don't know how many matches he has left in him. And there's reasons why like that.
He does not care. He's here for the love. He's here for the game.
Yeah, 0 fire trucks given here tonight for the Sandman. As both the Sandman and Gunther laying waste. Gunther trying to get back up. Edge realizing what he did. He had 2 people down and out and decided to leave.
Maybe catching his stamina, maybe taking a break, or maybe making a mistake.
We'll have to see at the end of the matchup. Gunther, Uranagi on the outside. Oh, Gunther and the Sandman chasing each other around the ring, and a big clothesline by the Sandman. Not sure what those two had in mind. A big car wreck at the end of it.
2 immovable forces running at each other, and that's what it ends in.
Bulldog into a big boot, and Gunther is standing tall here.
Gunther taunting his opponents, and it's going to cost him. Nope. Reversal.
Sandman now. Shoulder breaker.
And a steel chair brought into the battle.
Sandman needs to quit taunting. He needs to get somebody in the ring and put this matchup to rest.
And all three of these men must have forgot how to win the match. It must be by pinfall.
Everybody throwing each other as Edge looking on, saying, "Bring it on." He don't care how many people it takes to defend his title. Looking to do it with honor here for Evolution. Gunther bringing the Sandman back in.
Here we go. This could be the beginning of the end. Will we have a new champion?
Edge now taking his time. Big drop kick. Now it is down to Edge and Sandman for the time being. Edge needs to capitalize to retain his gold. Throws him off the ropes. Thought he was going for a spear instead. STFU shades of John Cena.
Shout out the retirement match. Just went on, and it's going to cost him.
He taps out. Gunther thought he had it won. He thought he broke it up.
I think we all did. I think we all did. Maybe a premature call, but no, I mean, clearly the Sandman tapped out.
But yeah, Gunther broke it up.
Wow. What a way. A controversial ending. The Sandman taps out, but Gunther just in time breaks. I mean, I'm speechless.
The referee was clearly a John Cena fan. There's no way Edge puts on the STFU and he counts that after Gunther? What a matchup. What a controversial finish. Edge retains. Congratulations nonetheless, as it's time for our main event of the evening. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the Chamber. It is our final match of our main event here tonight at December to Dismember, and it is for Unstoppable World Heavyweight Championship.
Will start the match in the ring. The participants will be released into the match in random order. The only one
coming out first is the second ever ECW World Heavyweight Champion, looking for his third reign. It is Seth freaking Rollins.
The architect himself making an unstoppable appearance, trying to get gold around his waist once again.
Yeah, he's had several occasions where he's been close, but just short. And for Seth Rollins, he walked into this Chamber matchup last year as the champion and ended up losing his gold to Kenny Omega. This time he looks to do the reverse by entering a pod and becoming the champion. And speaking of the champion, he will be entering a pod as well. Representing Unstoppable, it is the badass dog, Braun Breaker.
Now, the dogs are barking. You can hear him. The champ has entered the building. So much aura around this man. And in my opinion, I highly doubt he's going to drop this championship.
Seems like a bit of punishment after losing to Edge at Brand Warfare. He is now locked inside the chamber defending his title. Like I said last night, he doesn't give a damn who he has to face, how many people. He will spear them left, right, and center to retain that gold. As the badass dog will enter a pod. Of course, yesterday on Unstoppable, he led his team to victory in a 6-man tag, and this time there's no teammates here tonight. And the next participant representing Testimony X, it is Adrian the Destroyer Man, who's been on a rocket as of late. Of course, being a part of Braun Breaker's team, but it goes back to beating Brian in a qualifier matchup, and he even binned Braun Breaker about a month ago.
I was just about to say, I remember when he first caught fire against Brian. We talked about this man almost like he was in the shadows, but then he emerged out of Testimony X, and well, we see where it brought him.
Yeah, it's brought him to the main event slot, getting himself a pod. And that means only one more person will be able to sit and watch the first two participants. Who will it be? It is none other than the ECOG, the best in the world, CM Punk. Former ECW World Champion back in the day, looking to regain the gold. It is CM Punk.
Yeah, no stranger to championship matches. You could call him Mr. Champion himself. And CM Punk, he is the best in the world. And he is right back where he belongs.
It's with the hometown hero looking to win Elimination Chamber and become ECW Champion one last time. That means the final two participants will be starting off the matchup. First, it is the Next Gen World Cup winner, Captain Carter, the captain of the sky. Looking again at another opportunity here. Was cut short after his World Cup win against Samoa Joe. But another opportunity at ease for this generational superstar.
And it could be the opposite of Adrian the Destroyer. Captain Carter started off the year on an absolute tear, and ever since, well, maybe a little stagnant, looking to re-spark his career.
Definitely in the shadows at the end of 2025 for Captain Carter, but looking to end it on a high note. As here comes the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, to kick off the matchup. Two high flyers, the present and the future, I should say, is the phenomenal AJ Styles versus Captain Carter.
Yeah, two fighters here that may mirror each other a little bit. Like you said, the future, the past, the present, however you want to look at it, both of these men are able to fight for a championship.
And similar to CM Punk, he may have not been been ECW World Champion. He looks to do it one final time before his retirement in the near future. And kicking us off inside the chamber. Here we go. Braun Breaker, ECW Unstoppable World Champion. Main event. It is Elimination Chamber. Who will walk out alive as champion? Captain Carter, AJ Styles, kicking us off. And speaking of kicks, Captain Carter using those legs to his advantage.
And for one final time tonight, we'll be here and new.
Already several new champions to kick off 2026. Beautifully enough, AJ Styles looking to become another one.
AJ Styles got a lot more experience here in the ring than Captain Carter. You could say he is the favorite.
AJ taking out the legs of Captain Carter, making sure that he cannot go high flying in the sky. And a nice reverse DDT by Styles, showing that he still has it. As they're already counting down for the first person to come out of a pod.
We saw how quickly the females division, how quickly it got chaotic. And just as so will when Adrian the Destroyer enters.
And here comes Adrian, the third competitor to come into this matchup. Big crossbody by AJ, just ignoring Testimony X's own.
And not going to ignore him for long, a big spin.
Yeah, all three members very similar in high-flying stature. Their abilities uncanny to each other as Adrian and Carter are part of the Next Gen World Cup, and AJ Styles already busting open Carter early.
Very early on, busted up.
A back elbow right to the eye, might have clipped him too hard. But that is a part of the sport, part of the extreme. That these gentlemen sign up for the big neck breaker as the next participant comes out in 5 seconds. Beautiful bridge by AJ, count of 1, and here comes the next participant, number 4.
I got a feeling once this man enters the match right here, that there will be an elimination super quickly.
Here comes Braun Breaker, the champion. We saw Nia Jax come out at number 4, and Braun Breaker has done the same. Will he be the first eliminated just like that?
We saw the favoritism that Nia got We shall see if the dog himself will get this in.
Nice face plant by Adrian the Destroyer, who looks to pin Captain Carter, make him the first eliminated. And Carter kicks out of 2 barely. Oh, Braun Breaker destroying AJ Styles with a beautiful German belly-to-belly suplex.
Adrian gonna use something out of Captain Carter's book.
Taken to the sky, trying to eliminate Carter once again. Again, Carter kicks out of 2.
And the last 2 men in the cage have a lot of history together.
So by Adrian, it's been all Adrian inside the ring with Carter. As here comes CM Punk, the best in the world, making his way down to the ring. And CM Punk grabbing Carter, Pepsi plunge.
The phenomenal one outside with the champion, caught up by Adrian the Destroyer.
X Factor by Adrian, pinning AJ. And kick it out at 1. Oh, beautiful maneuver by Carter, taking out both Adrian and AJ, but costing himself as well. And AJ doing one better.
Saying, whatever you can do, I can do it better.
Showing that veteranism. AJ, pop up. Styles clash. We saw it earlier on in the night. And again, could eliminate Carter. And does so. Captain Carter is eliminated just as Seth Rollins comes into the ring.
Just in time. You feel for Captain Carter. Didn't even have a chance to face the Visionary.
Both the veterans, AJ and Braun Breaker, taking out CM Punk and Adrian. CM Punk is definitely a veteran as well.
And once again, we saw this strategy from Alexa Bliss in the women's match. Sit back and watch, see from Seth Rollins. It worked out for a little, and now he's got himself involved in the action.
Trying to take out AJ Styles. And now CM Punk and Seth Rollins, mentioned before, the rivalry between these two from another promotion, continuing to boil over here in ECW. Selena Del Sol by Adrian. Will Braun Breaker be eliminated?
Once again, could be a new champion.
And Breaker kicks out at 2. But Adrian not settled. He thinks he hasn't won. And Breaker again kicks out.
Takes it as disrespect.
German suplex chaos here. Everybody on a thin line can barely see the action right now.
And once again, the champion not looking too good here in the Elimination Chamber.
Seth Rollins feeling the steel getting thrown out by Punk. And AJ getting thrown out by Adrian. Uh-oh, CM Punk might have been looking for GTS. Reversal. Adrian. Selena Del Sol to the Revolutionary. Will that be elimination number 2?
Adrian looking fantastic here tonight. Definitely got his sights set on gold.
Braun Breaker taking off the sleeves there, the singlet. That can only mean one thing. He's ready for spear! Just as I called it, CM Punk might be kissing the title goodbye. And yes, he does. CM Punk eliminated.
And the first elimination by a champion here tonight.
Big stunner by Adrian, looking to eliminate Seth frickin' Rollins. And Rollins kicking out at 1.
Down to the final 4 here on Unstoppable. The champion standing tall. The phenomenal one.
And Adrian the Destroyer again, pop-up stunner to the Revolutionary.
Runs into Braun Breaker. Maybe a little slip-up.
Accidentally running into Braun Breaker. Will it cost him? And yes! Seth Rollins kicks out at 2. Just the split second that Rollins needed.
If you're Adrian, you gotta be pissed. You gotta be in shambles. The ref might have just cost you an elimination.
Could cost you the match. As AJ throwing Braun Breaker into a pod. That plexiglass does not feel good. Rollins lifting up Breaker, taking him into the steel. And looking to eliminate the champion.
Could be a new champion for Unstoppable.
Again, great kick out by Breaker. And Breaker taking off the singlet. Gave him some new power. Jumping neck breaker. And neck breaker by Adrian as well. Breaker climbing up the cage. Could not look good. Big splash.
And that shows you what he's willing to do as a champion. That's exactly what you want.
And Rollins almost paid for it.
Adrian said, once again, what you can do, I can do better.
Adrian showing he's a true high flyer. Rollins shoving off Breaker.
And win or lose, I am extremely impressed with the Destroyer here tonight. He has looked great hanging with these veterans.
Exactly, Adrian, of course, has been on a tear, and he's showing it here inside the chamber. Big splash. Rollins didn't quite get all of it. Adrian the Destroyer, big hurricane runner for the phenomenal one.
Another one right back on top.
Adrian again going up top, where he loves to be. Corkscrew, beautiful maneuver. Here comes Rollins. And just gonna let AJ Styles get eliminated. No!
A huge kick attitude. That's one of the most beautiful finishers I have ever seen in all of ECW.
Rollins using the cage to advantage. Reversal by Breaker. All four superstars not backing down. Adrian the Destroyer! Beautiful maneuver. 1, 2, and AJ, no!
2.9 once again. This ref's counting might be a little off.
I had to step away because I felt like that was a 3. That should have been it. Adrian throwing Rollins into the corner. Into the steel post. Rollins and Breaker having a stare down, and both men fall down. Maybe a pact? I don't know.
Maybe looking possible box there, possible slip up from both men. Maybe a missed spot. Maybe could cost him the championship.
As Adrian reversal to AJ. AJ has not had any breath here. Selena Del Sol. But not going for the cover as Rollins pinning Breaker. Breaker kicks out. Adrian now going for a cover.
This has got to be it for AJ Styles. I don't know that he can kick out anymore.
And AJ is eliminated. Adrian, again, impressive. The universe here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic effort from Adrian, win or lose. But now he's got this man right here to deal with.
Breaker, reverse, world's strongest slam. Rollins a little doozy. Rollins now has Breaker, revolutionary knee, crashing down the champion.
Once again, the Destroyer.
Rollins, curb stomp. Pinning the champion. Ideal scenario for Adrian. 1, 2, no.
That close once again to a new champion.
Breaker saw his title flash before his eyes. Standing shooting star. Super kick by Rollins. Doesn't quite get all of it. Adrian, reversal. Back and forth. Rollins. Rainmaker. Cover.
Kicked out at 1.
I think Adrian just got a little devil magic from the Savior, telling him to go get it. Breaker might have been looking for spear, tripped up on Rollins. Adrian now. DDT, no reversal by Rollins.
The Visionary not going to go out. The Revolutionary not going to go fighting.
Pop up Gary. Breaker now going for gator rolls. Trying to slow down the matchup at this rate.
And Breaker and Rollins having to team up on the Destroyer here. Rollins wiping his feet.
Adrian's been, oh my god! Spear by Breaker. Bye Rollins. It's down to the final 2.
And the current champion versus an up-and-coming superstar. What a way to end December to Dismember.
Both men down and out. Breaker giving it everything he's got. He's clutching his shoulder. Somehow able to get back up to a lifeless Adrian, who might have given it all he had.
All of these superstars here have tonight in this elimination chamber, man and woman.
Breaker now sizing up Adrian, who's busted open. Throws him into the steel cage.
How are you going to end this match? How are you going to retain your championship if you're a Braun Breaker?
Breaker's going to keep going at it, but that's not going to help Selena Del Sol and the cover. Adrian, no! Was kicked out of so many finishers. Braun Breaker is 1 away.
How many Del Sols has Adrian landed here tonight?
It might have been just that. Braun Breaker saving himself here. Lifts up Adrian. Showcasing the strength, big power slam. And Breaker might be looking to break him in half.
The beginning of the end here for Adrian.
Big spear. to retain the Unstoppable World Championship. And yes, he does it.
Just like that, what an effort from the Destroyer. And all of that for nothing when you get to this man and Braun Breaker.
Yeah, he might have eliminated 2-3 guys, but it does not matter at the end, as Braun Breaker eliminates him and retains the World Championship.
Both men Evolution and men Unstoppable retain the championship.
And Braun Breaker, the first to retain inside the chamber, just shows that this badass dog is unhuman-like when it comes to the gold. Congratulations to Braun Breaker. What a pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. For all of that, y'all must subscribe and hit that like button for a possible pay-per-view of the year candidate. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching, and as always, have a good night.